Tate is back in the news. Who'd have guessed? Right after, he popped off in like 2021 or some shit. He recently went to a club in Miami with Sneeko and Nick Fuentes and Myron and what's his name? Clavicular. And they played the very popular Kanye West song, Heil Hitler. And literally the next day, they have been kicked out of every single Spladle video. Maybe when I get to a mat. You know, the banana split was actually my favorite move. You can hit a banana split on anybody, like, because they never see it coming. You know what I mean? Like, if you just put a leg in, you can hit a fucking banana split, and they never see it coming. You know? And if you just, like, arch your back right, you split their groin, they fold every time. Literally. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we are talking about if Andrew Tate likes boys. Because after the Chase the Moore loss, he got beat the fuck up. Like, everybody thought he was gonna win, and apparently he bet on himself or some shit, which is gay as fuck. He got the shit kicked out of him. Well, I mean, it was like a close fucking 3-3, I guess, but everybody thought he was gonna dominate. But you know, it took a big hit to his ego, I think. I think that really affected him. He did a lot of coping online. And I was a big Andrew Tate fan for a long time. But and I mean, I never really thought that he was like I watched his old boxing and kickboxing videos, and like he was a world champion like 2011 or some shit, like 2010. And like the way the fight game evolves, I just wrote it off to like, oh, it was a different era. But like, man, that dude cannot fucking, like, I guess maybe if it was kickboxing, it might be different. But like, bro, as far as boxing, he just like hangs his non-chin out there way too far and doesn't move his head, and he's not very good at fighting. But regardless, you know, you come from someone that hasn't had a professional fight, so whatever. He recently did a stream with these like 4 people, and they played whatever, Heil Hitler by Kanye West. And they like, so literally sending him to jail, attacking him on every front. They have done everything they possibly could to this guy. And this is the one thing, this is what he folds under. All right. This is what what made him fold, was getting kicked out of every club in Miami. And I think I read the United States. They really fucking booted his ass. Like, all the club owners teamed up and were like, fuck this guy. We're not letting him in our club. And that's what made him fold. That's what made him fucking fold. I just watched an interview where he was getting attacked. Not attacked. He was getting interviewed by PBD, and like he was not holding his he didn't have much conviction in his in like, you know, he's folded. He completely folded through Sneak under the bus, through Myron under the bus, like throw all these people under the bus because like he got kicked out of the fucking clubs. Which just goes to show, bro, the more bitches you chase, the more of a bitch you become. Because that's what the crux of it is. You know what I mean? Like, they knew that Andrew Tate was the most controlled by women out of anybody in the group. So that's where they hit him. They hit him where it hurts. You know what I'm saying? They fucking whopped his ass. They completely fucking whopped his ass. Like, because I mean, like, anywhere you look, like anytime you see him online, really, he's basically just like pussy hound, you know? He's just fucking completely controlled by lust. And that I think that really is his god. That's like what he idolizes is women. Because like I mean, bro, if a random chick that I brought to my house got me sent to prison for like 6 months, bro, you best believe I'm chilling with nobody but my wife. Nobody but my wife. But this dude cannot stop going to the club. He cannot stop fucking getting well, I mean, now he has to stop, but like just getting bottle service and like he's addicted to that fucking like dweeb lifestyle of just like being around these fucking cheap women. And like because they didn't attack Nick, they didn't attack Sneakle, they didn't attack Myron, they didn't attack Clavicular. I mean, they kicked them all out, but the big the big hit was to Andrew Tate. They fucking got his ass. And like, yeah, let me see something. Retouch. Bro, I can have a green screen? Bro, this shit's crazy. Hang on 1 second, boy. Alright. So they got Andrew Tate right where it fucking hurts. And then he got cornered on the PBD podcast by, I mean, PBD and Adam Sosnick. And it's so funny how they feign, like, they just concern troll his ass. Like, it is crazy how everybody in the usual suspects teams up and will concern troll the fuck out of these people to the point where they have to they feel like they have to say something. You know what I mean? Because being anti-Semitic is such a fucking toxic it's so like it's like radioactive still. Like even today, like you wouldn't believe, but like even today being anti-Semitic is so radioactive that people like Andrew Tate feel like they need to fucking go and say something to combat it. And it's like, I'm anti-Semitic. I don't know anybody that's like actually fucking anti-Semitic. But like the idea that if you play a song and then they all team up to motherfuck you is like, bro, are you trying to get people to hate you? Like it really seems like they are, and I read this somewhere that a big part of the Israeli state in a part of like the like it's prophesized that the whole world is going to turn on Israel. So I think it seems like they're trying to get everybody to hate them by doing it as far out in the open as possible, you know? Because like bro, it's cartoonish, it's comical. It's like what are we doing here, you guys? Like what are we actually doing here? Why? Like, I mean, bro, Dave Portnoy lost his mind. Fucking, like, all these big Jewish influencers and fucking names in the space are just going crazy, bro. Going absolutely bananas. And, like, why? Like, if you actually wanted to make your people look decent and, like, you actually wanted to, like, you know, combat anti-Semitism, it would like you cannot go about it so ham-handedly, you know what I mean? Just trying to fucking crush and like they can't help themselves. They literally can't help themselves. They try to crush and like completely blow anybody that criticizes them so far off the face of the earth that like it's indefensible. It's completely indefensible because like dog, you play a song and you get this kind of reaction from a platinum artist, from like a huge artist, bro. You cannot play any other song, no matter what they're talking about. It doesn't matter what they're talking about, bro. You cannot play a song to garner that kind of reaction. To have people literally fucking get their panties in such a tight wad that they feel the need to team up with all their buddies and kick these people out of out of all of their businesses. You know, it's insane to watch because like you think like, I mean, when you first hear about it, bro, it seems like it's too crazy to be true. You know what I'm saying? That people like, oh, like the whole Jewish narrative of like them controlling the world is like bro, growing up it seemed fucking insane. It seems so crazy. And it's like some people play a song on a live stream and then he's on the news the next day, bro. On the literal news the next day cuz like there isn't better shit to be talking about. You know what I mean? And it's all like it's all just concern trolling. It's all trying to distract from like they're all just trying to distract. They're trying to make anti-Semitism seem way more prevalent than it is because nobody for real just hates Jews for being Jews. They hate that they are forced to live under like Jewish oligarchy and Jewish control and like it like everybody hates that like you have to fucking listen to these people, bro. I don't gotta listen to nobody. I don't have to give a shit about what anybody says except for Jews, apparently. Apparently, because they control such a fucking giant part of the US. And it's like, bro, what is going on? What is going on with the United States? Because like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not even super Republican, but like just watching it from third person, it's like, oh my God, dude, this is insane. And like I mean, Andrew Tate started being a little fruity after he lost the fight, and like started coping super hard. But like he said that he bet against himself, which is like makes him even gayer, bro. That's so much worse to fucking just scam everybody. You know what I mean? If that is what happened. If that is what happened, it sounds like cope to me. Cause like, bro, you can't fake getting your shit kicked like that. Like, you can't fake getting beat up like that. Cause he, like, bro, yeah. Seeing it, it's pathetic. It's really pathetic. You know, I mean, I'm not in his position. I can't really say much, but like folding and throwing your buddies under the bus that you were literally talking to and hanging out with like 3 days ago, bro, gay as hell. That shit is so lame. Cause like, when he was canceled and when shit was hitting the fan, bro, these are the people that were sticking by his side. Like he was literally in jail and these people were standing up for him. And all it took was him getting kicked out of the clubs. He saw the pussy just fucking evaporating from in front of him. Because, like, I mean, where else can you just gather a bunch of moralist, beautiful women, right, that are completely enamored by fame and money, other than a table at a club? You know what I mean? Just complete worthless whores, you know? And he's addicted to them. He's completely addicted to them. Bro, you see him talking to new girls constantly, like on fucking like clips and shit, or like, I mean, I don't watch him that much, but it seems like every time I see him, he's trying to talk to a girl, he's trying to get a new girl, he's trying to fucking do something. And like, bro, you sent me to prison over a bitch? Bro, you're lucky if you even get me to like get naked in front of a girl, my own wife. That shit's fucking. Are we back? I think we're back. All right. But yeah, so like it, like bro, they got his ass every way possible. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that banning him from the clubs would be his kryptonite? Cause like, bro, it seemed like he was fucking unfazable. He seemed so unfazable, bro. He took going to prison on the chin. I mean, I guess because he was with his brother. Or, I don't know, but he took that shit on the chin. But you kick him out of the nightclubs, bro, and he folds like a pretzel, bro. He literally fucking cannot handle the heat. Cause like, bro, when you're an addict, you're an addict. When like it's so clear that when you are addicted to sin, it controls you in every aspect possible, bro. He went against all of his morals. He went against all of everything he stood for because he got kicked out of a club, bro. Because he got kicked out of the clubs. That is just the funniest shit to me. Cause like, man, like they say that sinning feels free until you try to quit. That does not like that cannot ring more true. You know what I'm saying? Like being forced out of the clubs is what made him fucking cry and bend the knee and fucking apologize to Adam Sosnick. Bro, Adam Sosnick is so lame. Like what he's like in his mid 40s still doing like the nightclub scene. Bro, if you guys I don't know how old, like I guess you guys are probably like much younger than me. But when you get older and you go to the club and you notice the older people in the club, bro, it is weird. It is like weird as fuck to be mid 30s, 40s going to a club. Like you should have better shit to do. You know what I mean? And like the biggest thing is the biggest reason to go to a club and to get a table is because you can't like you struggle getting women other ways. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard for you to bring women home that aren't drunk and enamored by the money that you're displaying. You know what I'm saying? That's the purpose for a table. It's purpose for a club. It's purpose for all that shit. You know. So like, and I mean, it's not like he can't get girls. It's just like, bro, off the muscle, they fucking whopped his ass. I'm surprised they didn't do this the first time. I'm surprised this wasn't their first line of defense. When he first defended Gaza and all that. I mean, you know what it is? I guess he was really just attacking women in the Matrix. He never called out Jews specifically. He never called out like anti-Semitism or any of that shit specifically. So it really makes a lot of sense that is his kryptonite, because like before Nick Fuentes, like nobody was really talking about it. Nobody even like considered that to be a real possibility. It just seemed like fucking memes. It seemed like it seems like it's just a load of shit. You know what I'm saying? But bro, this shit is so crazy. And like, I mean, bro, props to Sneeko, props to Nick, Myron, all of them for not folding. But like, they literally had his back, bro. They had his back. And the worst of the worst, when he was radioactive, and he just fucking folds. PBD had fucking, he had Nick Fuentes. He had like, bro, and something else that gets me about PBD is like, bro, this nigga's from Iran. He has seen some fucking awful, terrible shit. Like, grew up in the 80s. Like, he's very connected with geopolitics and he knows what's going on in the world. And saying nigga and fucking, like, talking shit about Jews is his fucking hard red line. Like, he does not cross that. Like, killing babies, bombing Gaza, like, whatever it is, bro. He doesn't give a fuck until it gets to anti-Semitism. Until you become anti-Semitic, then that's when PBD really draws the fucking hard line. And it just says so much about the older generation, because like, bro, they are so cocked. They're so controlled. Like they cannot change their way of thinking at all. Like they completely have been brainwashed. And that's what happens when you grow up without the internet and without God. That's what happens when you grow up in a nation that is completely godless, is you allow social norms to control you, right? Instead of the will of God. Like it's crazy how much weight something has when you say that it is the will of God, right? Because the will of God is to speak the truth, to not to lie, to honestly, that is God's will. Honesty will set you free. But when it comes to these issues, these people are so controlled, they cannot help themselves. They completely undermine all character and all good what's the word? Like all like good faith that you can have for them. They completely undermine it because the moment you talk about these people, they start twitching and bugging out. They bug the fuck out. They can't help themselves. You know? And all it took was getting kicked out of the clubs for Andrew Tate to fucking fall in line. Gosh, this is crazy. Because, like, bro, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, it seemed like he was invincible. It seemed like he was, like, bro, on the money, spitting facts, nothing but truth. But, like, said hi. Desperado XJ7ZF said hi. Hell yeah. What up, big dog? But, I mean, until Gen Z, until the Zoomers get into political power, you are gonna continue to see this bullshit faggotry, like this fucking lame queer shit. Because like, bro, when there's only one TV channel, when there's like 4 TV channels, when there's only like 7 news stations, it's so easy to control the population, But like, our generation was gifted with the ability to grow up like simultaneously with the internet, you know what I mean? Like my generation really saw like the fucking like the pirate era of the internet, like straight up no bars held, like going crazy. And that's another thing is like it's insane. Like, bro, I grew up on Call of Duty, bro. I'd play Call of Duty 8 hours a day where people were saying some crazy shit. Like, I'm talking like my fucking 12-year-old friends were saying some crazy shit and like going to school with me the next day. I am shocked that like real life is this fucking fragile, that people are this fucking weak, you know? Because like, dude, on Call of Duty, you can fucking like we would say some insane shit, bro. We would like it was crazy. And like that's the thing, bro. You grow up and you genuinely think like freedom of speech, like you can say what you want. This is America. Nobody can hurt you for the words you speak. But like, bro, push comes to shove, bro. If you fuck with the wrong people, they will fuck with you back and turn you into a little girl. They will hit you where it hurts or try to. They would try to. And like, bro, that's why, bro, if Nick Fuentes wasn't like scrawny and weak, bro, he would be like contention for a fucking world leader. I think the fact that he's short and skinny and unmarried is going to heavily affect his ability to like get into politics, like actually elected. I don't know. I mean, like he's got a huge following, but I think it's going to hinder him. You know what I mean? Because like a big reason, like, because like your body is your resume. You know what I'm saying? So when Andrew Tate first came out, they saw that he was are you gay, homosexual? No, bro. I'm married. I got kids. No. But bro, just fucking bro submitting. Did you look them up? Marcus Blaze, Jack Forrest. Who you got? Oh damn, I didn't look them up, bro. I'm fucking goofy. Let me see. Bro. Dude, I can't live stream in my house because my kids are sleeping. I don't want to fucking wake them up. It'd be a fucking nightmare. But damn, yeah, yeah. Marcus Blazer, Jax Forrest. Yeah, bro, I didn't look them up. I'm sorry. I finished streaming last night at like 4, and then I worked all day. I worked till like 7. Then I took a nap, and now I'm here. All right, just up the muscle, I'm taking Oklahoma State, bro. I'm taking Oklahoma State. If you've ever met anybody from Oklahoma, you will understand. These are some farm-raised, corn-fed motherfuckers, bro. They do not play around. These are some Habo tossing motherfuckers. You know, just off the rip. And Pennsylvania's a very good wrestling state, but I don't think Penn State's been doing as well since, like, I think Jason Nolf left. I mean, bro, I haven't been following wrestling at all, so, like, I'm just talking on my ass. But, yeah. The boys from Oklahoma that I wrestled versus the boys from Pennsylvania, Oklahoma boys are fucking made of wood. You know, Pennsylvania boys are very, like, crafty and fast and, like, they're very technically sound, but Oklahoma boys just have got some fucking different. It's different, bro. It is nuts. Because, like, I mean, I guess Pennsylvania's kind of like that too, but in Oklahoma, you don't got shit to do. There is nothing to do except wrestle. Like, if you're a wrestler, all you can do. Nice. Jax Forrest, only high schooler on senior world team this year. How old's Jax Forrest, bro? How old is he? Is he 18 right now? He's a freshman, bro? That's crazy. It's nuts that, like, as you get older, people just keep on wrestling. People just keep on fucking wrestling. You know what I mean? Damn, bro, he's a high schooler? Yo, that's insane. That's fucking crazy. Bro, and, like, I don't know what they're putting in the water or, like, what's going on, but I've seen, like, a handful of middle and high, like, middle school wrestlers that are, like, winning high school states and, like, high school wrestlers that are winning college tournaments and, like, I don't know what the fuck you kids are doing, but this new generation is very different. You know, they are fucking nuts. Cause, like, bro, the transfer, like, when I switched from high school to college, the difference was, bro, it was like I can't even. It's like I went from running like 15 miles an hour on pavement, like fucking hauling ass, you know, running through kids in fucking high school, to where when I went to college, I immediately, it's like somebody dumped a fucking barrel of tar on me, bro. I went from, like, best wrestler and top, like, three wrestlers in every high school room I was in, you know, to, like, bro, straight middle back of the pack, like, bro, wrestling these kids that, like, were straight up made out of wood, like, literally made of wood. And I say that, like, when I say made of wood, I mean, bro, you try to grab their shoulder, bro, and it compress. Like, it literally does not compress, bro. When I was in college, bro, I got all the skin on the side of my face got rubbed off from, like, head position and, like, hand fighting, you know, just from training. Cause, like, this one dude shaved his head and he had, like, his hair was like needles, bro. It was like fucking needles. And just rubbing that shit on the side of my face was like sandpaper. Rubbed off all the skin on the side of my face, bro. Like, college wrestling is so fucking different. Like, bro, all the props to Caden Henshaw, to Bo Bassett, to all these people, because, dog, that shit is not for the weak. That is not for the faint of heart. Like, this shit is crazy. And, like, honestly, once I saw Caden was, like, doing his thing, I was like, all right, this dude pretty much has the reins for fucking wrestling YouTube, you know? Like, cause I was a good high school wrestler and I was middle of the pack in college, like, very middle back of the pack in college, but, like, you know, Caden's out there winning tournaments, beating people's asses, fucking, he's doing his thing. and he's been good the whole time. You know, I think he won Wisconsin States, right? Yeah, dude, Caden was a savage. Caden is a savage. And then they're doing the rough, bro, the rough wrestling. That shit's crazy too. Did you guys see Yoel Romero beat the shit out of who did he wrestle? He wrestled like an ex NCAA champion. But like people forget, man. People forget. Yoel Romero was low key more of a wrestler in his life than he was an MMA fighter. You know, he really got his fame and like his notoriety from I'll say his fame from MMA, and just that he's like a freak athlete. Like, bro, I think Yoel Romero was for real created in a lab. Just some of that fucking Russian communism shit. Or Cuban, I guess. Because, like, I mean, if you guys don't know, Russia basically is like Cuba's older brother in terms of communism and fucking whatever. Or the USSR, I guess. But that's a different point. Cuba is very heavily influenced by Russia and Russian politics. But whatever. But bro, I'm so happy to see what they're doing with like the rough and all that shit and like Muggsy and all these people and like bro, like we got to get somebody that's actually fucking competitive to wrestle Muggsy because he just keeps on getting the shit kicked out of him, bro. And it feels bad to watch because like you know you want to see him get a W, get one in the winners column, but like dude, he just keeps on getting the shit kicked out of him. Like bro, he wrestled that take me down for $1,000 guy and just bro, first period, bro, teched his ass. I was like, oh my god, dude. Like, bro, that shit I'd be too embarrassed to fucking maybe not on a stage like that. Just get my ass kicked for some money. But I'm really glad with I'm really happy to see what they're doing. Cause like the whole thing has really been Caden, bro. Caden's been the muscle behind that shit. Hey buddy, up Zenero, what up, dog? And what's it called? Man, that shit's fucking crazy. Cause dude, I did not suspect that wrestling would become even remotely mainstream. It seems like they're selling out stadiums. It's like this is such a massive turn because hopefully in the next 5 years we can start dominating Russia again. You know, in terms of wrestling, because I think what did Jordan Burroughs leave? Is Jordan Burroughs retired? Somebody answer me. Did Jordan Burroughs retire? Are you American? Yes, I am American in Florida. Yeah, I think as far as I know, I haven't really been paying super close attention. Russia and Iran have been like running the gauntlet on us for a few years. And hopefully this recent increase in wrestling and like this recent popularity through Rough and like all these influencers and stuff inspires the younger generation to really go fucking hard in the paint. Because like, bro, when I was growing up, it was like a battle to convince people. My shit keeps on fucking crashing. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't just completely like fizzle out. You know, hopefully we can maintain this momentum because it really takes like I think it's really gonna take the community to be strong for like another 5 to 10 years to see another Jordan Burroughs or another fucking just absolutely dominant like animal in the space. You know, because like we have who's the dude that he just went on Joe Rogan. He's trying to do MMA. He did WWE for a little bit. I listened to him on Joe Rogan. He sounded like very media trained, which I don't like, but I mean, bro, all the power to you. You're an Olympian. He won the Olympic gold medal, right? And then he competed for NCAAs. Is that Kale? No, not Kale. It's fucking Damn, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Heavyweight. I think he's like half black or some shit. He's somebody in the comments. There's three of you, two of you. You guys know who I'm talking about. But yeah, he was just completely media trained, completely fucking like squeaky clean, basically. But I'm excited to see him fit in the UFC. He's gonna be an issue for the heavyweight division. Heavyweight is such a weak division. Like even in wrestling and everything, you know, heavyweight is such a weak division because to be 280 pounds and athletic, like to have that kind of build, like to be 280 pounds and not a complete fat ass, bro, is like very, very hard to come by. Very hard to come by. And to be that big and that like athletic and not play football, bro, you are looking at a fucking like a needle in a haystack, you know? Because obviously, if you want to get rich, you're going to play football. Obviously, if you want to be popular and get a bunch of girls, you're going to play football. If you don't want to fucking starve yourself and you want to have, like, for all intents and purposes, an easier and better life, you just play football instead of wrestling, you know? Because wrestling is in my opinion, it is the least rewarding, most unforgiving sport because, like, bro, in high school, it was like, it's hard to convince people that you're not gay. You know, like, if I didn't have a girlfriend constantly, then, like, bro, there would have been serious questions. Like, all the people on my team would be fucked with, you know, as far as, like, girls go, you know, as far as, like, you know what I mean? Because, like, I mean, dudes aren't going to talk shit to you, but girls talk a lot of shit. Women will talk a lot of shit. Which is why you saw Andrew Tate go to prison for fucking 6 years. Or 6 months or whatever. You know? Because girls fooled and they talk their shit and they create drama and, you know? Like, people don't realize that women may be the weaker sex, but they walk around with a cavalry. You know, they snap their fingers and a bunch of dudes on horses will come and beat the shit out of you and throw you in jail. Like, unironically. They literally snap their fingers, they cry, they scream. They will have a group of dudes to come fuck up your life. You know? And, like, it's sad to see how like controlled and trapped the Tate brothers are by women because like they think they're in control. They think like, oh, I'm getting all this pussy, I'm getting all these bitches, whatever. It's like their whole life revolves around it. You know, their whole life revolves around women, and that makes you gay. That makes you do shit like folding because you got kicked out of all the fucking clubs in America. You know, because like to a Catholic, to somebody who fears nobody but God himself, bro, unfazed. No one gives a shit. Who cares? All right, don't let me in your club. I don't care. You know? Because, like, I mean, like, you should be able to get women on hard mode while they're sober and fucking, like, you know, broad daylight. Like, if you are hitting all your marks, you should be able to just walk up to a girl and be like, I love you. And then they fucking fall for it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're hitting all your marks, you know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't need to go out to a club. You shouldn't need to fucking, I mean, that's where they all gather. That's where all the fucking worthless whores gather. And that's where it's the easiest, you know? But you shouldn't have to fucking stoop to that level. You know, you shouldn't have to. Like, ideally, you can just walk up to a girl on the street, have a conversation with her, get her number, go on a date, fall in love, and get married. You know, because, like, especially in today's day and age, if you have the balls to walk up to a girl sober, like, if you have the balls to, in broad daylight, walk up to a girl sober and speak to her and hit on her, try to get her number, set up a date, bro, you are, like, top 1%. You are singled out. Like you, because like every single girl is on Tinder and fucking everything else, every other dating app. And like, bro, something you notice is like the hottest girls use those dating apps just as like a fucking ego boost. Like they don't even like they're not even trying to date. They are really looking for just like the most like bold masculine guy to hit on them in person, you know, because like having social credit with them, like being in their friend group or being like friends of a friend means so much more than them swiping right on you on Tinder. You know, because like it's so much easier to get a girl that you know tangentially, like in person, like if you already have that social like you already got through the first barrier basically. You already got through the first level of like getting them to see you in person. You know, because that's the hardest part is getting them to see you in person and be comfortable around you in person. You know, if you're doing like the online dating shit. Because girls are scared. They're spooks, you know, they get spooked and they run away and they bug out and you know they can't take the heat. But like mm, pray for Andrew Tate. Pray for Andrew Tate that he sees the light, you know? Cuz like I mean, yeah, he like his yeah, he really broke the seal. He really broke the seal on the whole thing. Like letting us know that fucking like opening up the true nature of women to the masses, I believe. You know, because before it was nobody had actually like written it down and had it on paper. You know what I'm saying? Nobody had actually fucking like very concisely and very precisely narrowed it down to what is going on exactly. Cause like I mean, dude, when you're growing up, it's a guessing game. It's a complete guessing game, and unless you're fucking like super Chad, you know, you won't figure out a lot of the things he was saying until you're like in your 30s, like until you've dealt with hundreds and hundreds of women, and he just broke the seal on it completely. But it just goes to show, the more you sin, the more you're controlled by sin. The more you fucking the more you allow sin into your life, the more you allow it to control your life, you know? Because like if he was celibate, he would be unfazed. He'd be with his boys. He'd be fucking sticking up for freedom of speech. But like I don't know. And like, bro, getting like, and that's another thing. They'll corner you and try to get you to say like to admit that you're not anti-Semitic, right? And they try to get you into this fucking framework where you're on your back foot, you know? And it's all a control thing. It's all fucking bend the knee, kiss the wall, kiss the ring, like do what I say, tell me that you're on my team, tell me like, you know what I mean? It's all just a way to like to very subtly uh push your narrative and your control and be like, okay, you did this thing, but you still admit that Jews are better and that Jews deserve this fucking extra level of care and you know baby gloves, basically kid gloves. Mm. Yeah. Let me rename this stream really quick. Can I rename the stream here? What? You can just fucking make shorts? This shit's crazy. Effects?
Hmm.